Is there like a cool intro we could do that's better?
No. We're rolling.
That's... Also, can we not make these podcasts hour and 20? Because it's hard to cut hour and 20 down to 20.
No. Yeah.
Last time, there's a point in the last podcast where I was like,
that's probably enough.
45 minutes, and you're like, oh, we're just getting started. And we went for another 45 minutes. And got to it, and then when I was editing, I was like, holy fuck. And the rest of it's just garbage.
Was it? It was all garbage.
Just spitballing.
Well,
Kind of hot.
oh, that's fucking
Were you
bad.
just licking your lips?
No. Oh, I was like, what's that noise? Sounds like somebody's collecting coins. Is there a room over there?
What are you talking about?
I swear to God, dude. You can hear like.
I'm not hearing any coins.
Okay, whatever. I'm just fucking crazy.
Called a hospital.
Okay,
About what was our topic?
comedy. The
Comedy.
comedy show. Let's just tell the story.
Very funny.
Let's just tell the story.
So I went to my first. I did my
Okay,
first.
no, let's not just hop right into it. Just like do a little bit of setup. Hey, welcome back.
Hey,
Another installment.
welcome back.
This is called this week. Main topic is gonna be Ryan went up and did a little bit of stand-up comedy this week. So
Did my very first stand-up,
yeah,
and I gotta say, I did a pretty good job. I think.
yeah, you did. Yeah,
Got some good laughs.
pretty proud.
You know, I didn't think it was that vulgar, but my mom thought it was pretty vulgar.
Did she?
Yeah, she should have said she didn't like the part about jacking off trains, guys.
Oh yeah. Well, the open mic night, like a dive bar. It was a good time. Lots of comedians. It was
Yeah, it was probably like 20 comics.
20 comics. Some of them were pretty good. Some of them not so good.
It's good.
It was a good mix. Good
Yeah.
mix of talent.
It made me feel less nervous about doing it.
Yeah, it made me wanna. I actually wrote some ideas down too that I wanna.
Nice.
I wanna show you later off camera because I don't wanna
Spoil, yeah.
spoil my big set.
Oh.
But I was thinking after watching Ryan do it, I thought, how hard can it be?
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. It
Yeah,
was-
I'd love to see you up there next time.
yeah.
I'll be going every Thursday for the next little while.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try.
It's just about doing it enough times. Like, you gotta put those hours in.
But I feel part of it has to do with the energy of like the night. Sunday night, you're like, oh.
I think to be a comic, everybody's like, you're not a comedian until you've bombed, until you've played to a crowd that absolutely hates your
Hates you,
material.
yeah.
Just about like, I gotta go there, do it over and over and over, and also like be a part of the community.
Yeah. Real quick aside, yo, have you seen that thing about Grimes at Coachella?
Oh yeah, where she fucked
Yeah.
up her set.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was just screaming.
He was like, oh, but whoever set this up, and then she just blamed. Does Grimes even do? Like, what is she famous
She
for?
makes music. She's famous for making music.
Is she?
Oh, her most
Yikes.
famous song. It's like kind of like vaporwavy. You'd know it.
I'd
if you
know
heard
it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very famous. DJing's another thing I'd love to do, but I don't like staying up late, and I don't want. I would. Do,
Oh, like in the
Twitch
club
DJ.
scene, yeah. But I thought comedy was like that.
I don't think I'd be doing comedy at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.
I guess not here. Maybe some places they do like late night
Yeah,
comedy.
and that'd be fine. But I think most of the time it's like what we did, like 7,
Yeah, so
maybe 9 starting. Whereas DJing, you're starting out,
You're
you're
like
playing
12,
3 a.m.
yeah, yeah.
Like I don't party anymore.
Yeah.
I like music. I was thinking about going to a show next Friday, but yeah, I just like I can't stay out late. I'm old and tired.
yeah.
12 o'clock hits. I'm like, oh, time for bed.
Time for Fortnite.
Time for Fortnite for 3 hours.
Yeah, bringing it back to the comedy, really good stuff. Your set went really well.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe we can like cut a piece of it in here.
Personally, I hate crass comedy. There's nothing funny about mowing the lawn.
Or you can just like cut to a
Yeah.
scene of
Yeah.
your comedy. That might be easier.
Easy to just.
We'll
In
find
my
out.
hand, here's an apple sitting in my hand. Editing magic. Boom, now it's a banana. Boom, now it's a tiny version of me. I'm a magician.
I'm not on TikTok. I should get on TikTok.
I post daily.
And
on
I'm
TikTok.
missing out on it.
Oh, you're missing out on some embarrassing videos.
Yeah, I bet.
I sponsored one of them, and somebody commented, you have to pay for sponsored content. If so, don't ever sponsor. I was like, It's like, true. Talking comedy.
Talking shop.
Why is it not funny anymore? The first episode we were riffing and it was funny, but there was no point.
Yeah.
Oh, I was having a great time.
Yeah, I know. Same. I had a
Not
great.
anymore. The laughter is gone.
Well, yeah, no, it's more serious. Now we have real topics.
Now we got real viewers. We got 3 subscribers.
Shout out you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for subscribing.
Hi, Mom.
You show the stream on?
No.
A lot of what we're like conversations that go on. It's just like we're not saying anything. It's a lot of weird pauses.
Yeah, you can.
No content.
No.
I'm Henry Mackle. I sell fish.
Yeah. How are you gonna get me those other fish? How
I'm
long is
Henry
that?
Mackerel. I can get a mackerel.
It's not funny if you bring character.
It's just not funny.
Yeah.
I was doing an example.
Oh, I thought.
No, I was trying for something, but
Yeah, I know you were.
Sweetness.
Then you broke character. You got an outbreak character. I like that stuff. I think that's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
I could be like, oh, so my last girl was calling me a misogynist, and I was like, I don't know why she was saying that. I don't know how to give a massage, or something. There's something like that.
Oh damn, you love the wordplay.
I love wordplay.
Just dad jokes for fucking 5 minutes.
I got a good laugh with that crass comedy one.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
our podcast's supposed to be super funny.
You're commenting on the podcast too much in this podcast, which nobody wants to see. And you're putting it
Very
down.
meta.
So then it's nobody wants to
This
see a meta
podcast
podcast.
sucks.
Cut this part.
The content of this podcast is the podcast. Very meta.
Yeah.
And the thumbnail's just like the pictures of the image.
No.
Episode 3. People on the starting the podcast.
And people are gonna
God.
be like, oh yeah, this podcast does suck.
I think that's funny. I think being really self-aware is funny.
Yeah, but that's like comedy. They're doing a bit. This is us just like
This is a
talking.
podcast.
This is serious stuff. Stop commenting on the podcast. Let it be itself. Be into it.
This is a YouTube Shorts video.
Be into it, and then it'll be better. Trust me.
What's up with airline food? That was pretty good.
We'll let
What's
the viewers
up with
decide.
airline food?
What's the deal with airline food? That's pretty good. That's a Jerry Seinfeld.
My girlfriend's 17. It was a different time. Everybody was having sex with 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden I gotta go to prison. I'm just like you in the Devil podcast episode. Do you watch the full thing?
No. Did I make a joke about fucking 10-year-olds?
Yeah, I clipped it.
Oh, sweet. I just haven't had time. I'm so busy. One of us has a job.
It's a podcast. Just put it on the background. You're like, I can't even watch it to clip it. I'll just use AI.
I'm a modern man. What do you want?
You're working.
Yeah.
I'm working too.
You're asking for a time commitment. I'm like trying to. I woke up and did work this morning. I did
know,
like
that's
work for
crazy.
my job.
Hey, you came here today, so.
Yeah, and this is my
That's
third
amazing.
job
I know.
basically.
This is a passion project.
So
A job is something you'll make money at.
yeah.
I really like when there's
That was
pauses.
good. Why
When
are
the
you closing
animals-
yourself off to me? Did I say something?
I'm just so relaxed.
You
I
gotta
kind of want another coffee.
Another one?
Yeah.
That's not gonna help with anything. Have a Vitamin.
Help me poop. I need to cut sugar out of my diet, but it's hard. Sugar's in everything.
Sugar isn't everything. Have you read The Hacking of the American Mind? It's this big book on like sugar.
How
How
it
it's a
destroys.
big conspiracy. It's actually like insane.
I saw a video the other day of rats, and they made a healthy rat, put it in a bathtub, and it's like a
Oh, I saw
Yeah,
that.
and it was
I
like,
saw
this
that.
is a rat on American
On an American
diet.
diet.
And it was like,
and
I
it
don't know
was
where
like,
to
oh,
go.
fuck it.
I see so much shit on that. I know it's true. I know
Yeah.
they put same with how they put fluoride in the water to make your calcify your pineal gland to keep you asleep. Even if if the podcast is simply here to document,
I think
our
I
journey-
think that should be what we use this
that's a
time
good
for.
idea.
Is to document like what we're doing.
That's a really good idea.
It brings us together as
and it's
friends.
kind of more vloggy too.
Yeah.
I like that. We're just two regular guys.
We are, yeah, and 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 it's like the beginning of something.
Yeah.
And even
We're
if this
documenting-
doesn't go anywhere, we can always look back, and like I said, even just for friendship purposes,
Fuck yeah.
just
Watching this video in 5 or 10 years,
we're gonna be
that'll
like,
hit.
ugh, horrible. But
What's good about our perspective in this format is we're in different places in our lives.
Yeah,
We're different.
yeah.
Like we're
even
very,
the way we're dressed,
like,
I think that's
we're like best buddies, but like we are
took very different paths.
different
too.
paths. We're different politically. We
Yeah.
have different ideologies.
Yeah.
You have 2 jobs. I have no job.
Yeah,
Like,
you had 2 jobs too, but
I
I
had
know what
2
you
jobs,
mean.
yeah, but, like-
you're more creative. Like you did end up going down that creative path.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, right
The
now.
start of you.
I
doing
always
it.
wanted to go
You're a
down
creative
that
guy.
path.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Your job and your regular life, and then one side hustle, and I focus on it for usually a few months, and then if it's not going anywhere, then I'm like, okay, I tried it, on to the next thing. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, you get really caught up, and you do a lot of stuff. Like I'll start it, and I'm like, oh, this is fun, and then over time, you're like, it's not that fun, not for me, you know.
Do you always stop when something gets not fun though, or
No, because stuff gets not fun real
like
fast.
real fast?
Yeah, I'm
Like-
doing it all the time. But I'm
Yeah.
like say when I was doing grills, I was like, it was not fun, but I did it for a couple months until
just
I
to
was like,
see, just to be like, okay, this
yeah,
isn't
really,
for me.
really give it my shot. And I was like, yeah, I'm not getting anywhere with it, and I wasn't enjoying it. And I'm
Mhm.
like, this is not as a creative as an endeavor as I thought it was going to be. So I see people be like, oh, if you could work hard like we used to, you could get ahead so easy in life. Because
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, chilling.
It's
chill
hard.
lifestyle.
It's really hard to will yourself to do something that sucks. It's
Yeah.
really hard.
Without you have to. And
Without you have to. I find that for me, that's the big one. I've always been like I've tried I tried picking up, like doing some courses online, and when you don't have to, even online, like I feel like even if I paid for something to like go somewhere,
Mhm.
unless I was actually like going to a class where I would be like, oh, it's just so easy to be like, I'll watch this like lecture later or
Yeah.
something like that.
For the past at least a year, probably the last couple of years, there's nothing I haven't been able to get done within max a week. Like,
Really?
I don't have anything. I've gone through a couple times in my life the last couple of years, and just sat down one day, like cleared my schedule for a couple of hours, and written everything down, like everything I need to do, completely down to like going and getting a tax number for my business, like stuff. Really thinking out so that now I don't have anything impending to do in my life. I'm pretty settled up. If stuff comes
Oh.
up, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta go do my car insurance renewal. But like, in terms of like life maintenance or
Oh, you
and-
wrote everything that you need to kind of keep track of. That's actually a pretty good
well, not
idea.
even that I need to keep track of, just like every short, medium, and long term goal.
Oh,
And then
wow.
short term stuff, most stuff can get done honestly within a couple hours. So it takes like
I know, it just seems daunting when you're thinking about it. It's
yeah,
like, ah.
writing it down changed my life. Like,
Yeah.
and then it's not like I don't think about anything ever, because as soon as if I'm thinking about something, I'm like, okay, I write it down, and I'm like, cool, I can let go of that thought. It's not like I have to have
Hold on
anxiety
to it.
about
That's-
forgetting.
Yeah, that's a good call, because I do that. I do the
lists
thing where I'm
have
like,
changed my life for
Yeah.
years. I used to do paperless, and I've done phoneless. Whiteboard I think is the best because
you can write it and then erase it.
Yeah.
And get rid of it.
and it feels really good to erase.
I bet, yeah.
I feel so at peace when I'm like, look at my to-do list and it's blank, and I'm like, cool, I have nothing to do.
That's awesome.
Because that's why I'm able to be for years I've wanted to do stand-up comedy and animation
Yeah.
and all of these stuff, all of these creative pursuits, and I've always been like, oh, but I have to do these other things first, and that list never got dealt with completely, to the point where I'm like, I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do at all, and I have abundance of free time now, because I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, I have a half hour free, I'll draw. Like, for me to do animation, I can get something done because I can sit down for 12 hours and finish it. If I have to break it up into it, it's just
It's too much, yeah. I'm the same. I need to, if I'm going to do something, I need to do it
In a
and like
big chunk.
and force myself to do it.
because it takes some time to get into
To
it.
get into it, even like this, like probably the first half of this is
Garbage.
unusable.
This is good.
This is good, yeah.
We're getting better, I'd say, week over week too.
Yeah. But I think also part of that has to do with the fact that we've set aside time for us to come together, because I think we're both kind of like that. I bet most people are like this, where it takes time to get in the zone, to
Yeah.
get like that flow state where
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, now we actually know what we're doing.
Throughout the day, you'll have stuff where you're like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. And if you don't write it down, it just goes back in there.
Yeah.
And the anxiety doesn't come out until you're like, I'm sure that I don't have any lingering tasks.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
Like,
crazy. Yeah.
And I've never had, for years and years, I've never had that. And it's given me such a peaceful feeling and like the ability to do the things that I want and need to do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'll just,
Well, should we
that's probably enough.
call it? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, this was better.
Yeah,
This was better.
maybe not quite as hilarious as it usually is, but
It's okay. It's more about documenting the process.
yeah.
So. Thanks.
Just cut the first hour.
Oh my god, it's an hour.